guys, it's Krista and welcome back. So when I purchased my Mineral Veil foundation, the setting powder that I was using at home when I do use setting powder is the POREfection translucent powder, which I really love. I still very much like it, but I've been going like crazy with trying out all these different heavy-duty moisturizers and using up a bunch of samples that I was giving from the different cosmetics counters. And I think my skin just got crazy with producing oil in my T-zone. It was just like, oh, hello, we need more oil. And because of it being fall, and like right now the wind is blowing 20 miles an hour and it's gusting up to 40 miles an hour. When you're out in that for any length of time, your face gets windburnt, and then of course the body's response is to, hey, produce more oil. If you're somebody who produces oil, if you're somebody who has dry skin that doesn't get oily in the T-zone, all your skin is going to do is just get cracked and dry and flaky and not feel good. So I was on a mission because, like I said, I had the POREfection and I really liked it, but being a loose powder, the transportability of it, I'd just been making do. I have those little sample pots that you get from the makeup counters or from Sephora, and I tend not to throw those out. I just wash them when I'm done with them, and then I'll put other product in there. And so I just had some powder in there and then a little bitty Smashbox kabuki brush that I just keep in my makeup bag and my purse. And I usually don't reset with powder throughout the day, but it is not uncommon for me, and there's a caveat, for me when I am out to be gone for 10 or 12 hours and not come back home before going out somewhere. So I can't come home and touch up and reapply, so I kind of keep just a little minimum few items in my makeup bag to do that, powder being one of them, and a tiny vial that I put my foundation in, just in the event if I've been rubbing my nose a lot and I've done that for 10 hours, my foundation on my nose is going to be on, because you can't just manually keep rubbing and then still expect to have product on your face at the end of the day. So I would just touch up around my nose or my chin or my forehead, just wherever. And I wanted a pressed powder to take with me. And I hadn't really seriously been looking until I got this new foundation, because it's a luminous finish, but it wears like a matte, but it's still really luminous. And then, like I said, I was having all this excess oil in my T-zone. So I wanted to find a pressed powder, and I did a bunch of research online, Googling it on YouTube, what people liked to set their foundation with, and of course people were all over the board. And my thoughts on it is that I would narrow it down to 3 products that I was interested in trying, that I would go purchase all 3 said products and then wear them for a week, and then just take back whatever ones basically failed. That I wasn't in love with. This product that I picked up, I love so well, I didn't even bother to go pick up the other 2 products. And I tend to be that way. If there's something that I really like from right out of the gate, then I don't bother to continue looking, because it's doing exactly what it was that I needed it to do, even though one of those other products could, you know, in theory be better than this one. This one's doing the job, so I don't feel like I need to go through the hassle of purchasing the others, being out that money for a week, and then taking them back. So, and the 3 that I was interested in looking at was this one, which is the first one I picked up because it's at my Ulta, and it's the LORAC POREfection. The shade I picked out was PF1, which is in Fair Pale, which when you look at that, it is really light. But like, I'll put it on here, and it just goes right in with my skin tone. And I wanted something so that it would go with that Mineral Veil, or that, what is it called? Just the Hourglass Veil foundation, because that color will wind up being, I can make it work, and this will help me make it work, because I'm just using this in my T-zone. But I could have gotten PF2, which was in light, And for summer, PF3, which is light, medium. I think there's 5 shades in all, but I'm not sure. I only looked at the 3 lightest shades to determine what would work for me. And I am in love with this. Now, does this give you dull plastic skin? No, because really who wants that? But does it minimize the appearance of pores? Not only that, but those god-awful furrow brow marks on my forehead, it diffuses those. So love that. When I'm at home, I've been using the Sephora Professional Airbrush number 55 to just kind of dust it on. And then, like I said, the little Smashbox Kabuki. When there's a fly buzzing me, sorry. When I am out and about. I like this product so well that I want another one. Not as a backup, but one for home and one for my handbag. That never happens in my world. I never want 2 of something so I can have 2 going out at the same time. But I don't ever want this to leave my handbag. I want to pull it out, I want to use it, and I want it to go back in there because I don't ever want to be without this. So I want one for home as well. That way I always know it's in there. Now my little makeup bag, I do pull it out in the mornings so I can swap out whatever my lip combination is that I'm taking with me for that day. And then of course the next day, if I don't wear the same lip combination, I take all of that out and put what I'm going to use in it. But I love this so much that I don't want to do what I occasionally do and think that my little on-the-go makeup bag got back in my purse to go with me, and it didn't. I don't want to be without this. I really, really like it. I was out last Friday when I purchased this, and it was pretty early in the day when I bought it, and I went ahead and used it as soon as I got it. And when I went to check myself later in the day, I didn't need any. Like 7 hours later, I didn't need to touch up with this. So is the likelihood high that I'm going to need to touch up with this throughout the day? I don't know. But if I'm going to a horse show and I'm there for 20 hours, there is no way that your face looks as fresh as it did as soon as you put it on. So I will need this to touch up. So that being said, the ones I had narrowed it down to were this one. There's one by Shiseido that I was very interested in looking at. I may just pick that up later just to try that out and compare. But I am super happy with this. Also yesterday, like they advertise this on the LORAC site as like a powder foundation, but I don't think it would give enough coverage for powder foundation. But what I did do with it yesterday is before my horseshoer got here, I didn't feel like putting my face on for the horseshoer because really he doesn't care. But what I did was I went ahead and just put this primarily in my T-zone and then just dusted a little bit all over my face. And it didn't give me flawless skin. And of course I didn't use a heavy hand with it, but it did just minimize the pores that I have that are here and just right here on my cheeks. And kind of evened out my skin tone, and I was very happy with the wear of it on bare skin all day long. Very, very happy with it. And it didn't look like that I just powdered bare skin, you know how some products do. This didn't do that at all. It is a matte finish, but as you can see, I still have glow because my foundation is luminous. So I'm sure if I just kept piling it on, I could completely matte out my foundation, but then I think that kind of defeats the purpose of having a luminous finish. So, have I rambled enough? Anyway, you guys check this out if you haven't. The only place I was able to find it was at Ulta. I did not see it in Sephora when I was in there last week. And it's not on their website as of yesterday, but it could be there now if they're going to carry it, or maybe Ulta is the only one that's going to carry it. And then, of course, LORAC.com. If you don't have access to an Ulta to get that, you can always get that there, and then there's always free samples from her website as well. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video.